All right, hopefully that worked. All right, so I'm going to go back to my system, and I'm going to go to a page that I had already started. So there we go. And this is my artisan soap article that I created. And I didn't like the way the pictures were on it, but because of our old system, there was no way that I could change it. I didn't like the way it wrapped around. I did post, if you're on the boards, the Skype boards, I did post a article in there that I wrote this morning, on how to use the 5.0.2. And it's amazing. I was playing with it all night, I should say. All right, so here is my original article that I wrote about Soap Creek. And the reason I'm using Soap Creek is because it is in Brunette Marketing for those that are still having some issues with learning how to go and get your links and putting them in your page. Now, what I had to do with mine was I went into my edit page, which we're going to go into our edit mode. You always want to be working in your edit. That way you can change anything. And it's going to pull it up in the new 5.0 version.
They fix that issue with when you go to update, it doesn't jump off to the top again?
No, the thing about it is before you update to the 5.0 version, if you haven't already, is you want to make sure that your updates are already done that you need. So when you go into your dashboard, let's go to our dashboard. You see where it says updates? If you have anything in there other than the 5.0, you want to do those first. Because if you update to the 5.0 version before you do that, it doesn't update the plugins that are in there that came with your system to the current one, so it can use your 5.0. So if you've done your update first and then your 5.0 update and you didn't update your plugins that were there, it's not going to work correctly. So before, when it came out with the 5.0.2 on Friday, so if you got people that haven't updated to that one yet, tell them to go ahead and update their plugins or their other information. So as soon as they click on this update, it will show them any information down here that needs to be updated. So have them update that first and then do the update for the 5.0.2. And then that should take care of some of the issues that are coming up. Okay. So now we're going to go back to my page. Come on. And we're going to go to my artisan soap. And we're going to go to our edit. Okay. All right. I don't know why it's whiting out like this. It could be because it's still trying to get to where it needs to go. Right, so we're going to go here.
I like that title.
I know. It's going to be in my head all day. All right, so we're going to come to our artisan soap, and then we're going to go to our edit phase. All right, I'm going to have to, even though I love babies, that's going to have to be muted because it's getting on the recording. All right, so we're going to go to our edit page. And like I said, because I use a lot of HTML code, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get that engaged. Okay, hold on, I have to do a mute. Don't know who that is. There it goes. All right. So what we're going to do is I actually copied my page and put it in a Word document. That way when I go, because I did do a lot of HTML coding, and you will get HTML coding if you copied from another article and put it in your blog. It comes over in code. You just don't see it. And if you get pictures that you copied from like Google Docs or Google information, if you get those pictures, like I just copied and put these in my article, I didn't save them, they will come over as HTML code. So I just copied all that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here to my site, And since this is in Classic, you can see it's in Classic. I don't want it in Classic. I want to put it in the new version. So if you click on the Classic button, you will see up here that it shows the Classic code. You want to come to these 3 dots right here. You're going to click on those 3 dots. Okay, hold on. All right, you're going to click on these 3 dots. And then we're going to come, it's going to give you the option to go into block. Convert to block. See right there? So we're going to click this. And it's going to convert my article to blocks. All right. So once it does that, it puts it in block form. And as you can see, it moved everything. So now all I want to do first is come here and I want to adjust my pictures. So I'm going to click on my picture and it's going to give me that option. And I'm just going to grab that dot and move it until my wording gets to where I want it. So it looks like that. I want it a little bit more smaller. Okay, so then I'm going to come and grab this picture and do the same thing. And I don't want it there. I don't know why it copied the same picture. So let's move this. All right, what's it doing? All right, so it sees up here, you can see where you want to align it to the right or to the left. Let's see if we can go to here. So see, now it's telling me I got 3 different pictures, and I know I don't have 3 different pictures of the same thing. So I want to get rid of one of them. So I'm going to come up here, and I don't want to remove the block, but I do want to get rid of this picture. So it's, I don't know why it's got me doing that. So let's go here. We can go back to the beginning. All right, so there's one picture, which I just want one picture. All right, so then we can come here and you can see where I have my HTML code. I don't need that, but I'm going to leave it there because I know that's a picture, or it should be a picture. And then we're going to come here and click on this. You see it's a block. You see my picture right here is up above where I want it to be. And that's just because it's the way it's situated. There's not much you can do about that. Other than just get rid of your picture and start over. I don't really want to do that because my picture is linked. So we're going to leave that there. All right. So then we're going to come here, and as you can see, I have another picture. We're going to wrap this picture up, and because I did that, it brought this picture up, which is fine. We're going to do them side by side. So there's that. And then here's another code. All right. And these codes are for my pictures that I have. So I want to get rid of this whole block because I don't want it. So since this block's highlighted, I'm going to come up in here and I'm going to remove this block, and it got rid of that block. I'm going to come here, make sure you're in the right block you want to remove. So let's go see here, see if we see it preview. All right, so there's my preview. But I don't want these pictures stacked like this. I want them to be in, I want it to be a gallery. I want to do a gallery picture. So you see right there, it has that information, but I want my pictures to be in a gallery format. And because this was in the previous one, it won't allow me to go in and change it. So I want to go ahead and remove the block. All right, let's click on this. All right, so it took that out, and I might leave now. Let's go ahead and remove this block. All right, so now I'm left with this block right here. Okay, All right, but I know that's not everything that I want. So what I'm going to do is, you see this little plus sign. So we're going to hit our enter button. All right, here. Probably put it up there. All right, and I'm going to remove this block because I don't want this coding in there. Well, let's see what the preview is. All right, so we can leave that there. That was a header that I put in there. All right. So now we're going to go down here. And I know there was some more stuff that I wanted to do. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add a block. Okay. And so what do I want to put here? Let's see. I already had eco-friendly. And I want to go to my Word document for where I had put my information. And I want to see what got missed from my blog. All right. So I already can see that right here, there should be something after shopping and saving. So let's see what got missed. All right, so shopping and savings, there was a picture there. We did that. We care. So no, everything got put in. We care our commitment. So this right here got deleted. So let's go back here to our page. Oh, come on. All right. All right, so here is our commitment. So we're going to go and I want to edit this paragraph. All right, so let's go here and see if we can get this picture fixed, because I don't like the way it looks, but it doesn't look like it's going to allow me to fix that picture. I'm going to have to play with that. I'll promise you I'll come back to it next week and it'll be fixed. So we got our eco-friendly. We got our words around there. Let's see if that's correct. Our commitment, finest ingredients, eco-friendly is the next one. We got that. And so this right here is what was missed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this information. I'm going to copy this. I don't want that picture in there because that picture is a code. So I want that picture removed. So let's cut that picture out. And I just want this information right here. I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to come back to my site. Okay. And right here in my new block, I'm going to paste. And there it is. Okay. So it actually put a couple of blocks in there. All right. And then right here, I'm going to go in, get my plus, and I'm going to add a block. Now it's going to ask me, what do I want to add? I want to add a header. So we're going to click here, and I'm going to add a header. And I'm going to type Soap Creek. So right here in my header, I'm going to put Soap Creek and celebrities. Okay, so there's my header. All right, so here is this, and we're going to go and make sure that I have exactly what I want from my document. And then I have my pictures. So yes. So then I'm going to come back here and get to the end here, hit enter, and then it's going to ask me what I want to do. So I'm going to hit this block and I want to add my media. Okay, so then I'm going to click on this block And what do I want to add? I want to add a gallery. I don't want to just do 1 or 2 pictures. I want to do a bunch of them. So I'm going to upload. Okay. So once this comes up, I'm going to find my Soap Creek pictures that I want to use. And if you do not have your Dropbox pictures from Rory, you want to get with your instructor and get those taken care of. Just tell her you want the Dropbox. So I'm going to get these and I'm going to hit open. All right. So it shows you there how your gallery shows up. Now you're like, well, how do you get them? How do you want them? You see this button over here on the side where it says gallery settings? If you click on here, it tells you how many you can put across. If you just want 2 or 4, it'll put 4 with your last image down at the bottom. If you just want 3, you click up on how many you want, or down, you want 3, you want 2, and it spaces them evenly. So you can manipulate on how you want your gallery or your pictures to show up. If you just want 1, you click on 1 and it puts them down evenly. If you want them all together, you can do it that way and it will show each one of them individually. And then here, I don't want to upload. So once you get that done, you see right here it says crop images. You can have it to crop the images or show up exactly how they're supposed to show up. You always want to make sure that you crop them so that they're evenly displayed. And then you can have a link. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to my Brunette Marketing. I'm going to go to my Soap Creek. Once my Soap Creek comes up, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to copy my personal link. I'm going to go back to my edit page, and right here where it says link to, I want it to be an attachment page. And then I'm going to click on it and it's going to say write a caption. I'm going to do my link. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to tell it to open it in a new tab and apply. All right, so there is that. And that link actually shows up on the picture. I wish it wouldn't, but it does. And then all they do is click on that picture. You can actually write a caption on the picture. If it will let me. All right. So I don't want another one. So then that block is complete. And then you say, well, how does this look? So you can always go to your preview. And it's going to show your pictures, what it looks like from your preview. And so I got to do some workarounds on how I want my images to appear, but they're looking pretty good. All right, see, it put it in tile form. I did not want it to show up that way. So I got some work to do. And let's see if it actually put my information on there. See, it didn't put it. So this is going back to my classic view and I don't want it. And you can also see right here where it's coming off my page because I copied and pasted it and I don't like that either. So we're going to come back here and we're going to work on it some more. Okay. And so let's go. I want to add a link. So I'm going to come here. And you see up here, it gives me the option to add a link. So I'm going to go add a link. And I put my code there. I want to make sure I open up in a new tab and add my link, apply. So there's my hyperlink for that. And then if you want to change your coloring, you can come over here, and it only has a set number. It has the basic primary colors, and it assigns it a color naturally. But if you want your text color to be something different, then you can go in and change your text color. And it changed your text color. It will change the whole text, not just the highlighted portion. That's another glitch. It won't change just the highlighted portion other than what it normally does when you do a hyperlink. So if you changed your text color, you did your hyperlink will change as you change your text color. So if we go in and publish this, hey Priscilla, if we go in and publish this and update, let's see if it changed it from the original information. I don't know why we're on. So let's look and see if it changed it. If not, then we will have some more information to go and play with. And it could just be because my site is so busy. I do have a busy site. I will be working on that. Okay, so this new updated version, see, it did fix it. So all of my stuff is fixed once I published it. And you see how your captions is right there on your pictures. That's another glitch because it should be hidden. And I'm sure there's a way to hide it. And I will be working on that to figure that out. That's one of the things I've been trying to figure out is actually how to hide this coding so that we can get it in the background and they just click on the picture. Because if they click on the picture now, it just takes them to a bigger section of the picture, which is something I don't want. I want them to actually to be able to go to my Soap Creek product linked. And I know there's a way to do that. I just haven't figured it out yet. And once I do, I will let everybody know on our next section. So we're going to go back to our edit. And there was one other section I wanted to do. So we're going to go here. If y'all will hold on just a minute, I need to let Priscilla know. She says her people can't get on. So I'm just going to copy this from another student. Bear with me just 1 second. Okay. All right, so hopefully they can get on. No, I don't need that. I'm sorry y'all have to watch all this, but all right, so there's that. All right, so let's get back to what we were doing. All right, so here's this. So I'm going to add another paragraph. Actually, I want to do a header. So we're going to go up here and switch, and I want to do another header. And let's see what we had here originally. And I want to do, I'm going to copy this. Come back here. And I'm going to put relax and enjoy glass of wine. All right, so there's my header, and I'm going to come here and add a paragraph. Okay, and I'm going to paste it there. And what did I have at the end? Partner. All right, and so there's that. And then I want to go and I want to add a picture for wine. because you're talking about wine and relaxing. So once that updates, and you can see that it does an autosave, and I noticed that before, that if it doesn't let you do anything on your page, look and see if it's doing an autosave. And if it is, that's why. So once it finishes its autosave, then it shows you your box. You can click on, and you're going to hit add a block, and we want to do an image. And I want to upload an image. And I want to go to my spa or bath images. And as soon as I find them. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do hot tubs. Something classy right there with wine. So we're going to add that. And I didn't like that, so let's go here. There's another one I want to do. So let's go all the way back out. And I want to change this from just a gallery. I want to do a media and text. So let's do a media and text. And I want to upload. And I'm going to go back to that hot tub scene. And I could have probably went to my media library since I just used it, and it will be there. And I wouldn't have to search for it. But we're going to go here and search. Okay. So then we're going to grab this one. And I want to use this to go with that information. So I'm going to copy. I don't want to copy all of it. I just want to copy this block. So we're going to copy here, and then we're going to come here and put it in our content. All right, and you see how large the size is. We don't want the size. We just want normal size so that it shows up. All right, and then if we want to make our picture bigger, we can. And I want to do a drop cap with that first word letter. So it shows up like that. I want to get rid of this block. So let's remove this block. And then we might have to reduce our picture a little bit so that we can get everything in that we want to. And so now not only have you linked your product that you're selling or that you want to promote, which is our Soap Creek, but you also now have an internal link to your wine club page. If you're not into the wine, if you have the Valentas, you can do it to your Valentas page, but you always want to make sure that you have an internal link. And then you have your picture, you have your information here. You have all of your information here. You always make sure your font, you can always change your font. You can change your letters and your colors and your writing. If you want to change and let the whole paragraph stand out, you can do that. So let's say, hey, I want to make this whole information right here stand out. Then you can, highlight that whole block right there. And you can come here and, no, I don't want to do all of it. We can go to this block, just click on the block. You can go here to your color settings and you can change your background. If you want your background to be different, you can do your background. And it can be different like that. And because mine was highlighted previously, that's why the color still stays the same for each lettering. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a way that you can change the lettering. Let's see if we can do that now. Let's do this. If we go to add a link, yeah, it doesn't give you the option to change color. Insert before, after, no. So we're not going to worry about that. So yeah, the reason this color is changed is because I changed, it was there originally. The new information doesn't allow you to just change one section of wording. I'm sure they're going to update that and fix it to where you can just have individual wordings done. So once that's here, you always want to make sure that you set a feature image. Mine was this one, so that's why it said I had 3 different pictures of the same thing, is because I did have it set for the feature image. So you always want to make sure that you have a feature image in your blog. And the reason you want to do that is because whenever you go to post to your social media, or even on your free ad sites, the first picture that shows up will be the one that best fits their parameters for a picture. If you don't have one set that fits the parameters, then they will set one for you, and it might not necessarily be the one that you want to represent your blog. So always set a feature image, and it will tell you when you set it, it will tell you that it doesn't have the correct pixels for social media or anything like that. So then you know, even though you set it for your feature picture on your page, it will not be your feature picture on your media in post. Social media post. So you always want to make sure that any picture you set, it fits the parameters for any social postings. If you have this lovely little icon right here, which is your Microsoft Paint, if you do have a picture you want to use, you can always drop and drag it to your MS Paint and set the pixels there to adjust it, and then save it and put it back in. Again, that's a little bit technical for some people, but like I said, I'm a techie, so I make sure I find out all these little issues and stuff. So for the most part, our website is, this blog is done. So then you want to hit your update, bless you. So then you hit your update, and it saved it. So now let's go here to where it says view our page, and let's see what our page looks like. Okay, my computer's running a little slow. So here's our new page in the custom 5.0. And you see it's got my blue lettering, my blue background for my paragraph. It's got the commitment, and then down at the bottom, it's got my celebrity fans. It's got it in red with my highlight there, and then each one of these. And then it's got, it did not save my, okay, I didn't like that because there's supposed to be a header there, that my header is gone. So guess what? We can come back here. We're going to go back to edit page. And let's go back and put that header back in. All right, I'm not going to use you. All right, so now, all right, so I don't know why my picture is increased again. So it looks like we got some maintenance to do here. So there we go. Fix our picture. So oh, so it reverted back to the way it was. Don't like that. Oh, I know why. Got to go to my preview so I can see that. I will fix that. I might just get rid of that altogether. That's good. That's good. Here. So you're going to come here, and you see that plus sign. Anytime you see that plus sign, it's going to give you the option to add a block. And I want to do a heading, but I don't want it to be so big. I only want it to be an H3 heading. All right, so relax. And that's the other thing is whenever you do a heading, it again does not allow for you to change the color of the text. Again, that is something they're probably going to have to work on. But if you see these arrows here, it gives you the option to rearrange your paragraph. So that's the other good thing about when you're editing your templates, is that if you do go and take it out of the classic and put it in the new block format, that you can rearrange your paragraphs, therefore modifying your pages. That will help you. So we're going to go ahead and update this so that my header shows up. And then you still have the same information that you had before previously. So once you get finished, you can come down here and you're going to click your button to see your Yoast information. And you still see mine is in green. Just because I edited a few things, it did not change my readability or my focus keyword. I didn't change anything with my title. You always want to make sure that you do have this snippet in here. And the reason being, and it tells me that my title is too long, which is fine. Sometimes you'll get that as long as your overall information is green, you'll be okay. But you always want to make sure that you have this meta description. Punctuation is not necessarily, you have to put it in there. You do want to make sure that you have at least some breakup. But you want to type exactly how you want your article marketed. If not, Google will assign a snippet. You don't want to do that because it might not pull out exactly what you want to talk about. Usually they pull out the first couple of sentences in your first paragraph. So when you go into here, you always want to go to your snippet editor. Never mess with your slug because your slug's tied directly to your title. So if you change your slug line and don't adjust your title to fit the exact same thing, no one would ever be able to find your page because it'll come up with a broken link. So never mess with this if you don't have to. If you mess with this or change this, you're going to have to go back and change your title. And they have to be exactly the same for it to be searchable. In your edit snippet, you always, like I said, make sure you have this meta description in there, and usually it's a 2, 3 at the most if they're short sentences that describes what your article or your blog is going to be about. So you always close that. And then you're going to come to your readability. If your readability is anything other than green, you're going to come here and look. Okay. Now, mine says my flesh score is too low. You want it to always be above 75, 80 if you can get it. Mine's 80 is 58, which means it's difficult to read. I have, only 20% of my sentences contain transition words. It's not enough, but it's still good. My overall is green because I have more green than I do red or orange. And since I have no red, it's okay. If I had a red, I'd probably go in and change it. But since I have no red, I'm not going to worry about this. I will go in and fix, try to fix that one up there that has the overlapping picture. This one, I will go in and fix that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I will figure it out. The other thing is your keyword. You always want to make sure you have a keyword or key phrase in here. Again, my green outnumbers my my orange. I do have a red, and one of the reds is because of the title. My title's too long. I don't have my exact title anywhere in my blog, or my keyword is not exactly. It has to be exactly before they count it. I don't have it exactly in there. I'm really not going to worry about it too much because my overall analysis is good. Like I said, once I get in here and get all the kinks fixed the way I want it, get my pictures and layouts done, then I'll probably come in here and tweak it and get as many of the orange and red out as I can and make it all green. And that's why I said your system will always be a work in progress. It will never be finished for the simple fact that you do have so many vendors and suppliers and affiliates that are updating their stuff all the time. So you don't ever want to get a page and leave it unless you know it never changes. Like with our ViaPay, It doesn't change the ACTV. It doesn't change the blogging for Rory. It doesn't change. So a lot of the stuff that's on here with your Soap Creek or on your Brunette Marketing, it doesn't change. A lot of the stuff on your ClickBank. The only thing about ClickBank is you have to watch for the ones that disappear. So you want to check that every once in a while to see if any of your affiliates have moved on or have stopped advertising on ClickBank. On CJ, once you get affiliated with the CJ.com, if any of their affiliates change, you usually get an email, and usually it's because they're either changing your contract, they're either upping your percentage or your contract submissions, or they are have a promotion that's going on, some kind of discount, like right now you got Christmas shopping. I just got a bunch of mine that's updating, giving an additional 10% off or promising it by a certain day if they do a FedEx. So you have different things like that. So always be aware of those changes. I don't know if y'all were on the call Tuesday and Wednesday night, but Rory is actually in the Pac Rim. So these offers right here are going to be really picking up pace. And these are for his blogging and internet marketing in these countries. And that's why they are linked just for those countries. So this one is only marketable in Australia. So don't try to market it in the US. It's not the same. And it goes against certain policies and restrictions. So anytime you see anything in here that is country or city specific, that means that's the only place you can market it to get credit for it. So be very aware of that. Same thing with CJ.com. You always want to look there to make sure that when you go into CJ, that you see wherever it's marketable, that's where you go and market. You don't market it in a country or city that it's not done. Same thing with our wine. You can market it in the cities that are not drop ship ready. Just make sure that you notate that it is not drop ship ready. Okay. That way you don't get held liable for saying, oh, it was supposed to be delivered to my door, but it doesn't. It won't allow me to. So always make sure you put that disclaimer in there that it cannot be shipped to, and then you add your states, and then you add, like P.O. boxes. You can't drop ship to a P.O. box. And I think the Virgin Islands is the other one you can't drop ship to for our wine program. So, all right. So let me see. I got 5 chats over here. So let's see what our chats are. And then I'm going to do the hot link. All right. Can this be recorded? Yes, I'm recording it. Okay. When I go to, okay, on ClickBank, it did change a little bit. So let's go into ClickBank. And when you go in, you do not have to create a hot link. Hold on. It automatically, all you have to do is promote. So let me get into ClickBank. And the other thing for ClickBank that makes it really easy to navigate your ClickBank is if you're not real sure what you're looking for, but basically like the category you want to look for, go to the far left-hand side. And you will actually see, okay, why isn't it not letting me in? I got too many people trying to get in. Hold on. All right, so if you go up here to your marketplace, you see these categories over here. If you're not real sure what you're looking for, but you know about what category it should be in, then, click on your category, and it makes it a lot easier to navigate. So like right here, you have your cooking, food, and wine category. And so if you want to go through here, like I know this is one that we used to promote. I think we still are. It's under your food stuff. If you click promote, and it will tell you right here, my nickname, this is what I go under. If you want to track or put an ID number, and all this is for you to remember exactly what link gets paid. I don't necessarily worried about that. I'm just glad when they pay me. I don't really, it doesn't matter, if it's coming from the 101 ways to cook, use cooking oil, or if it's coming from one of my gaming systems. But if you want to track, exactly which one of your affiliates or which one of your links are getting traffic, then this is where you can go and put it in. And put in a unique ID. You don't have to, but you need to remember, if you put it in, you need to remember what you use so that you can keep track of it. And then you want to generate your hot link. Okay, used to it wouldn't be there. It always would show it. So this is your link right here. It used to say copy. If you copy it, it should put it on your clipboard, or that you can go back and get it. I always just manually highlight it and then copy it. And then once you get that, then you can, close out of it and then go back to your system or whatever page you're working on, and then you can put it in your system. So that's how you would generate that. All right, so let's see. Got that one. Yeah, there is some, different things about your page that you can do. Like Phoenix was saying, that if you do see the Y up in the right-hand corner, if you click that, it will actually put your Yoast information here so you can see it instead of scrolling all the way down. Again, like I said, that's just some of the things that you play with as you go along. I've been up, like I said, most of the night playing with this, trying to figure out certain things to make sure that I'm working it the way it wants to, the way it needs to be. There's still some glitches in there that WordPress is trying to fix to make sure everything is kosher and that it's very user friendly. So you always want to make sure that especially if you are like me and you use a lot of coding, when you get to the coding, just hit the plus sign and make sure everything's there. And we will, get everything up and running, or they will. WordPress actually would like you to send them some feedback to make sure, if you run across some things, so that they know what to work on. I did discover that last night, that you can send them some feedback on some of the things that you discover. So I'm going to open this up and see if there's anybody that has anything that they would like to comment on, and then we're going to see what else I need to work on. All right. All right. Do we have any questions? Hello. I got any questions? No questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
My question is, how
So have you ever thought of going
share my link online?
thought about going to college though?
Like after I did majority of the
Why?
courses right now.
Okay, hold on.
Huh? Oh, okay. I hear
Are you
you.
there? I kind of lost you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Yeah, my question is, right now, I want to learn how to be able to post ads and
Okay, that's where we're going next. I just want to make sure everybody is okay with actually writing the article. So if you're okay with writing the article, then I'm going to go to our posting our ads next.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is everybody good? Just send me a chat saying, yeah, you're good. If you're good with actually posting, because I think I got some people that's in the classroom that this was an issue. So I want to make sure that they're good with that. And if they are, then we're going to go to something else. Okay, what is the update question? Okay, so it looks like everybody's good. Would appreciate it. All right, so who was that? Tim, you said update question. What is your update question? If you can type it in the chat, that'd be fine. Tim, are you still there? All right, let's see. Tim, are you still there? Okay, I guess Tim stepped away for a minute. All right.
I'll address it with him.
Did somebody say they had a question?
No, I said I'll address that with him.
Huh? Okay, I'm going to mute everybody. All right, so our next section is, now we're going to go and we're going to do some posting of our ads. Now, the thing you want to remember about posting your ads, especially if you're on your social media, is you want to make sure that you do not make it sound like an ad. You want to make sure that it sounds in a story format, so that you don't get kicked off of any of the social media sites. Hold on. Yeah, the update, your system actually comes in with plugins that came with your system. You are not allowed to add plugins for various reasons, because if you are an instructor, you want to be duplicatable. But there are plugins in your systems that's necessary to run your system. So if you have not done an update when those have come out, if you update to the 5.0, then your system will not run properly until you do all of those updates. So make sure all of your updates are done before you update to the 5.0 WordPress. So that's what that means. And then you can take care of him if he's got any more questions. Okay, so here we're going to go to our, okay, if you have any background noise, could you please mute yourself because it's getting on the recording. I hear some background like kitchen noise, plates, chatter. So if you could just mute yourself. Thank you. And then that way I won't have to, I'm still hearing it. Okay, so all right, someone, okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to social media. And I'm going to go to my Facebook page. And this is where your templates, you need to have templates available for any of your social media. You don't want to be sitting in front of your computer and trying to figure out what you want to write or how you want to write it. You always want to make sure that you have a template available and ready. I'm going to show you what that template looks like, or what mine looks like. Anytime I think of something new that I want to write, or I've finished a new article and I want to promote it, I always come to my template page. And I open up my templates and I get my posting templates. And here it says ad copy. I always put it in ad copy. And it's a running ad copy. So that means, you know, I tried to get it organized, but sometimes I just come up with something that I want to do right then. And so I go ahead and I just usually put it at the bottom of the current ad that I'm running or the current template that I'm on. So this is my ad copy. It's the one I use all the time. As you can see, it's got an HTML code for those programs that allow me to use code. This is for my Valentis. It talks about Valentis. I always start out, especially if I'm doing a wine promo or a wine ad, I put this at the beginning of every one of my wine ads. This tells of the states that it can't be shipped to. and the different places and the PO boxes. So, you know, you always want to do your disclaimer. Since our upcoming information, we are just getting ready to do a big blowout for our Valentis, which is our weight loss, because everybody's going to be making those New Year's resolutions to get that weight off that they've accumulated all year. So they want to start the new year right by going to the gym, you know, getting getting that extra poundage off. If they're like me and the gym, we don't get along at all. We're not very well acquainted. So I want to do something else besides the gym. So this is a great opportunity that you can use to promote your Valentis. So here are my weight loss ads. So let's go right here. And I am going to go, and instead of saying a slimmer you, I should have, here's one, yo-yo diet. So let's go back to my Facebook page. I don't want that one. And so I'm going to go here, what's on your mind? So I'm going to type in bye-bye yo-yo diet. Okay, and then I'm going to go here, pull up my template, and right here I'm going to use this part right here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my Facebook page. And I want to color this. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Then paste that. So let me paste it. There we go. All righty. And then I'm going to say, find out how. And read my blog. And then I'm going to come back here and get my blog page. Right here. Copy. Come back here. And because I do have that feature image, when I put that in there, there's my feature image that I have for my blog page. So there's the image that I want to put there. Say goodbye to Yo-Yo Diet, Shop with Mama Chief, and they can read this information. It's enough to fit in there. And then I'm going to make sure it's all goes to public and then hit share. And there's my image. You always want to make sure that you have your feature image. If I did not have this feature image, Facebook will go through my information and find a picture that fits their parameters, and they would have put it here. Now, I also have, now this is my personal page. Now, I also have a business page that I want to use. So I'm going to take the same copy. I'm going to go here to my business page, which is still a personal page. It's not business. I did not sign up for a business. It's just another personal page. I just use it for all my business information. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go to my pages. As soon as it pulls up. And I'm going to copy that same information in there on my Facebook. And as you can see, excuse me, there's nothing on this page that has anything to do with my personal life. So I don't have pictures in here of my family, friends, or anything like that. This is strictly just for business, for my posting. So I'm going to come here. I did invite friends and family to come and view this, but for strangers that come in, that find my information, they don't have access to, like I said, my friends and family. But friends and family do have access to come in and look. So I'm going to put that picture there. And it's going to pull up, because it's business related, it's going to pull up every picture that I have related to 5e95.com, and I don't want that, just because of the way that it's set up. So I'm going to get rid of this extra pictures. I might leave that one there. Okay. And then, okay, and then we're going to go public. Okay, there we go. All right, and then it's there. And we're going to hit. So once it comes up, then it's on there. So there's my post there for that one. This right here is on Facebook. They do give you the option to boost your post. It does cost you. The minimum amount is $30 a day, up to 30 days, $30. So, but you want to be careful on how you word it, because you can put in there, I wanted to spend $30, and they will interpret it that you want to spend $30 a day. So really, if you boost a post, you want to make sure that you read the information carefully on how you spending that money. Because you want to make sure that if you only want to do it $1 a day for 30 days, that you put in there that you're only spending $30, or they will do it however they want to. So that's how you're going to post to your social media. Now, and you would do the same thing with Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a great opportunity. I was telling another instructor the other day about LinkedIn. Oh, no, don't do that. If you go into LinkedIn, so if we go into LinkedIn, make sure everybody's still here. I still got everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So LinkedIn has a great opportunity for those of you that like to write, or if you just want to build up your clientele. You can actually go into LinkedIn, pull up your LinkedIn, and write an article. I do one about one or two a month, and they use the new 5.0 WordPress, and it's really good for you to go in. You will have people that will come in, searching your resume that you have out there, because that's part of your LinkedIn. When you log in, is you do have to put in your resume, put in your information. But when you go into your LinkedIn account, you're going to go to your home as soon as it comes up. You're going to go to your home page right here. And it's going to give you the option to do the same thing that you do on your Facebook, same thing you do with your Instagram. It's going to give you the option to write a post, but it also gives you the option to write an article. So if you wanted to go in and write an article, you would do the same thing, just like you would do in your blogging page. You would go in, you can actually, do your hyperlinks. Usually what I do is I copy my body of my page and then give it a title. So you can see right here where it says start a post. But say I want to write an article, so then you can go here and you can click write an article. And if you click on write an article, it pulls up a separate page. And in that page, it's just like your WordPress, just like your document page, where you would go in and actually create a blogging page. And that's exactly what you're doing. And LinkedIn will spread it, allows other people in LinkedIn, not necessarily in your group or in your meeting area, but anybody that's on LinkedIn has the opportunity to come in and read your article. So as you can see, it's the same thing, just like on your 5.0 WordPress. So you would create a headline, type in your headline, and then you would start writing your your document. Does the same thing. It's in block style. You add your different information, add your pictures. You can add your links to your different pages you want to. You can put captions. Everything works just like it does with your blogging page. And this is a wonderful addition in LinkedIn because you can get traffic coming to your system. So that's a good opportunity there for your LinkedIn information. So then let's go and actually go to, let's see if our trustee classifieds for free is working today. Looks like it is. Look at there. This site is the easiest one to use, but it's also the one that has the most trouble staying active. And I think it's because everybody uses it because it is so easy to use. So I'm just going to go here and log in. So once it logs me in, okay, and so once you get logged in, you have several different options. You can always post an ad. And then if I wanted to see my ads and see how they're doing, since they've been down for a while, I can go here and hit my ads. And usually I check these, and if there's some in there that have not been looked at all, I will go in and remove those ads. And I know a lot of them have not been looked at because they've been down for like 3 weeks. So there's a lot of my ads that has not been looked at, which is fine. I'll leave it out there for a little bit more, let people, realize that it's there. This is one of our student instructors. She actually has a site out there. This is another one of our instructors. I think if it goes up, that actually right here. So if y'all come on here and see some of your fellow students, this is one of our instructors. She has an ad on here. Support them if you can. At least get a click to go in and check their information out. And then another thing that you can look through is when you see that your site is actually getting hits, you can go and see where you've actually posted those and see maybe you want to advertise more heavily there or not. So the other things we're going to come to is I'm going to go and post an ad. And since I have several diet stuff out there, I'm not going to post another diet. I'm actually going to go ahead and post my, and we're going to do the United States. And it should click off of that. All right, we don't want to do a certain city. We want to go United States. So it says here, all posts will be posted in the United States, which is great. So then I'm going to pull up my ad template right here. And I want to do my Soap Creek article that we did. I already have one on here for my Soap Creek, which is right here. So I'm going to do this right here. Go back here. I post ads. Let's hope it stays up. All right. And that's too long. I can already tell that. So I'm going to change that. All right, there we go. And it's not going to be in that. It's going to be in beauty products. And the other thing that you can do, you can specify where it's at. This is going to be in beauty products. I always like to put in at least an email address for them because you never know, you can create your client list like that. Okay, that's all I put in there. I don't put anything else. I don't put a contact phone number or anything like that. So then I'm going to come down. I don't put a price unless it specifies or asks me for a price. Then I'm going to come over here to my template. And I'm going to click this right here. In my description, I'm going to put my information in there. And I'm going to take this out. Okay. And then my HTML code is going to be, let's see if I got one down here. I don't have one over here. So let's go over here to my template. And here's my code. Come back over here, and I'm going to put my code in right there. And if you have a YouTube video you want to use, you can put one here if you want it. I usually don't worry about it. And then your images. You can go and you can add images. I already have some here for, I should have some here for SOAP. So let's see if they stayed. If not, we'll have to go and import some images. So we're going to have to go and import some images. So let's go and do that. So we're going to choose a file for our images. And since I am on Rory's Click Partners, I'm going to go ahead and click there. I'm going to go to Artisan Soap or Soap Creek. And I want some holiday. So I'm going to click this one. And you can only do one at a time. And I'm going to hit Upload Image. And once it uploads, it will put it in the file I want. So once it does that, I hope it stays with me. Oh, it's not going to do it. Okay, hold on. Looks like it's messing up on us again. So let's go and get us another one. Upload image. Yeah, it's not putting your pictures in, so it's still got some issues going on. So let's see if we can't find a picture to use. I got to have something here that I can use. But it doesn't look like I do. I can't believe I don't have anything for soap. So what we're going to do is, since I don't have anything there and it's not allowing me, we're going to see if it's going to let me at least post this ad. So I posted the ad, but without a picture. Now I can always come back later and upload this picture or change this, and change it, modify it, edit it, and put a picture in here. But for right now, it's not allowing me to put pictures in there. So there's still some issues with the site. So we're going to go to another site. All right, so we're going to go here to post an ad, post a classified ad. And you want to find as many free ad sites as you can. If you're in the Triple R training program, there's actually one there that says free ad sites. You can go there and apply to all of those ad companies. Just be very careful because some of them will charge you. So read the information very carefully. So in this one, you're going to select a category. This is going to be items for sale. You're going to pick a subcategory. If it does not have exactly what you're looking for, you always can use other or miscellaneous. So you're going to do health and beauty. This one you have to be specific on a city or zip code. There's ways around that. So if you want to do New York, you can type in New York and it will give you the different cities in New York, or it should give you state of. And you always want to, if you can, do state of. This one requires a title. And so this one is, I'm just going to put natural. Asking price, you have to put a price in. So I'm going to put various. Hopefully it won't kick me out. This one you actually have to use your controls. So we're going to do a Control V to paste. And that was my last one. So let's go up here and I want to copy this right here. All right. And this one you can actually play with a little bit. So we're going to bold that. You can change the text color if you want. You got your code there. So then here you have to put your name. I put Mama Chief. Email. And if you have an autocorrect, you do not want to use it here because it will put that as your city that you want to advertise in. So we want to leave it state of New York, zip code. Expiration for it to be free is 6 months. If you change this, it's going to charge you. So don't change it. You want to make sure you put your code in. It is not case sensitive. And then this one allows you to put in at least 5 images. I don't put in 5 images. So what happened to my Soap Creek? And I don't want custom. I want all files. Okay. I'm going to do that one. And it could be because of the file is in a different format. It may not let you, yeah, see, that's why it won't let me upload that file because it's in a TIF file. So these are the only ones that it's going to allow me to use, which is fine. So we're going to do this one. So this one will only allow you to do a JPEG file. And let's do this one. And so then you want to go back through, look, and make sure you have everything that you want the way you want it. Here I want to say visit. Learn more. All right. And we're going to highlight, bold this. And we don't want to change the color. We'll leave it there. We can change the font size. So let's go here. I want to change this. Oh, that made it smaller. I guess that's as big as it's going to get. So you can play with this a little bit. Okay. And then you're going to hit post this ad. All right, because I put an email in, I have to put it in again. Because I've logged in and set up an account for this, it lets me come in and do this. So now this is how it's going to appear. It tells you it's posted in New York's Health and Beauty. Price is various. It's in the state of New York. This is my contact. And then here's your pictures as it shows up. This is how your article actually shows up in your wherever they post it at. And you can actually respond to your own ad with your information here. Send a message just to make sure that it's out there. Just don't want to do it too many times because you will get booted off. Then you can go up here and you can look at your stuff. The thing about this particular website I have over 400 ads on this site. It only shows 64 ads. I know I have more than that, so I've actually talked with them, and what they actually do is you will get an email verification saying that your ad was posted. It only shows the most recent post that you've put out in that city or state. So if I've done 10 posts in New York City or the state of New York, it's only going to show on my ads the most recent one. This one looks pretty good. It's gotten 27 hits. This one's got 23. So these are doing really well in these cities. So I might go and put more ads out there. So this is a good way for you to verify and see which one of your ads are actually doing really well and where they're doing well at. This is a good indicator of different information. The other one that you have a good one is AbleWise. This one you only are allowed to get 10. You can only do 10 free ads. And they're very strict. They do not allow for you to use hyperlinks in your posting without paying for it. So, but there are ways around that. There's ways around everything. So then you can go to my ads here. Oh, I must have had some ads. So this one you have to do the same thing. You're going to tell it where it's going to post. And then you have to actually pick a state. And we're going to go to Boston or city. And then this one is going to be merchandise. And it's going to give you options. If you don't see your options in there, this one says health and beauty. So we're going to do health and beauty. Then you're going to click next. Okay. And it always says worldwide, even though you specified a particular place, which is fine. And that just says that anybody worldwide can be searching for the state of Alabama or Boston or wherever we posted it. So, but it is available for anybody that's looking. All right. So we're going to do that one. And this one, like it says, everything they charge for everything. If you want to put an emoji, they're going to charge you $1 for each one. If you want to do a highlight, a red highlight for any information that you want to stand out, they're going to charge you for it. So you want to be very careful on how you do information here. So let's see if I got my info. So here's this. So I want to change this. We're going to bold that. I want to get rid of this because it's a hyperlink. I don't want it in there because it's going to charge me for it. But I do want to make sure that people know how to visit me. No, that's not it. So I'm going to go here and pick up my blog page. Go back here. And as you can see, the hyperlink's gone, which is good because now they can't charge me for a hyperlink. But then I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste this. And I'm going to post it in my hyperlink right there so that they know where my website is. You can pay for express links. It's $10. Like I said, they get their money from you if you want to. Then they only allow you to get one picture. So we're going to come here and let's see if it lets us put this one in here. Okay. You can put a price or not. That's totally optional on this page. This is the other thing you have to be careful for. If you do not tell them not to disable your private messages, you will be hit with spam all day long. So then you want to come down here. Okay. And let's see. And you want to, all right, I need to go away for a minute. I need it to hide. So then you're going to come down here and you're going to hit your post. And once that post, then it will give you the it'll, you know, be able to see what your post looks like. Okay. So then you can come in and do another post. So then you'll be ready and do that. And it only allows you to do 10 free. So those of you that don't pay for the upgrade, I actually paid for the upgrade. I do 200, and I think it was like $20 or $30 for the year to do that many. So it's totally up to you on how many you want to do. If you want to buy into the free ads, that will be totally something that you have the option to do. All right, so let's see what we have in our chats. And okay, where do I get the templates from? I created my own templates. And that would be the best thing for you to do. And it's just based on how you write. So what I would do, or what I did, was I went to my blogging site, and every time I wrote an article, I would pick out the most pertinent information or how I would view it. And then I just got a blank Word document, and I would just type my headline. And that's the easiest way to do it. Is let's just go and get a new document, and you would title your document like mine says, add headlines. And if you want to do it by categories, you can go, you know, health and beauty, or you can go artists and soap. And Soap Creek. And then I always start out, you know, if you have it, put your link, and then just type some information. And then you would just expand on that. And then if you wanted to come back and do wine, then you would do the same thing. You would put your wine copy, your so there's your link, and then you would just do a title. And you always want to do at least 2 or 3 different titles. Fine wines for the holidays, wines delivered. What's another good one for wine? And then so there's some titles, and then you would just come here and you would do, you know, you could go to your wine page if you wanted to, and just pull some information, read your wine pages, your wine articles that you've written, and just go from there, pick out a few things, and go back to your template, because you already have your link. And if you want to do a couple more links, if you have them, if you have pages written for them, add those too. So, you know, and that way you can use the same titles and just have a different link, and it looks different. And then you would come here and actually write your your ad description. And then you would just add, join your own wine club. All right, so there's just a little brief description. And then you can just do, just keep a running one. So the next one could be weight loss. So, and then you have your next title. Or you would do the same thing, as you would put whatever your links you have. You would come up with 3 or 4 different taglines, and then you would do your ad description and do the same thing. So it's just a running one that you write as you go. I would show how to do an embedded video, but I was asked not to. We can do that privately because it gets a little technical, and I don't want to confuse some people. So if you want to know how to do an embedded video, just message me on Skype and I can walk you through that. It's not difficult, but it does require coding and the understanding of coding. So that's how I'm gonna leave that there. If it records, I did hit the recording button. I recorded last week's, but for some reason it didn't come over. So I will as soon as I can get it and it comes out, if it does come out, I will post it on the chat room so that you can get it. Usually it takes a few hours after you've done it, depending on how long it is, if it's there. And if it's not, I'll just post in there that it didn't come through. But I'm hoping it does, because there's a lot of people that couldn't make it today, and I'd hate to leave them out. But as soon as it's available, I will post it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. If you don't have it in there to get feedback, most of the times they won't, especially if it's just an ad that's posted out on a free ad site. Most of the time you won't get feedback. If you have it on your social media, you can actually, if they give you a feedback, you can request feedback. Most of the time, I do get feedback from my social media because people want to know, does this really work? How could I get involved? But most of the time you probably won't get very much feedback there. I think on this web page, on the new system, that's the other thing. You do have the option to go in and put comments when you go in and do your editing. Let's go to the one I just did. Let's go into my draft. Hold on. Because I'm pretty sure that you have the option to go in and have them actually add comments. So let's go here and see if it's still there. I think that's what I saw. So let's go into my drafts. So here's one I'm going to be working on today. It's in draft mode. And as you can see, this is HTML code. And I put the code in for custom. And so if I click on this right here, I can preview, and it shows me my coding for my Russell Stover's chocolate. But if you go over here to your document, see where it says discussion? you should be able to go here and click allow comments. And then when you publish your page, at the bottom of it, it will give people option to leave a comment when they read your page once it's published. I don't know if that's good or bad, because if you get negative comments on your page, do you want everybody to read that? So there's good and bad things about it. So that will be totally left up to you if you want to allow that or disable it. But that's where you would go, and it would be under your documents under one of your controls that you have app options to. Okay. All right, I'm getting ready to open this up and see if we have any more questions. Okay. So do we have any questions on how to post an ad and create a template? Lines are open, so we got about 10 minutes before our class is done for today. Let's see.
Is that a banner you got posted over your homepage, or does that go on all your pages?
Which one? The chocolate one?
No, the other one that was above your title.
Oh, on my homepage, that is actually something that, yes, I want to leave. So on my homepage, yes, that's a rotating pictures, like right here is what you're talking about.
Mm-mm. It was a while ago. It was up above. It was like a banner ad.
Oh, that's my Google AdSense. Yeah, I have Google AdSense. So what you will see is every now and again, you'll see a pop-up like that right there is what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, that's Google. Google actually advertises on my website, which is wonderful because they pay me for every time somebody clicks on this. You cannot click on your own ads. They will take it from you. And it's based on location. So if you pull up my website, whatever you currently were searching for is what it would be related to. Since I have rotating ads on mine, I see all kind of different things based on what's people searching in my area. So whatever's the most popular search in your area is what's going to show up on wherever you are when you pull up my website. And that's what you want to strive for. I also have AdClick Media. I also have Amazon. And so as soon as, like right here is my AdClick Media, you know, for different companies to come in, they can click on this to get traffic. They can, once they buy into this, I get paid per click if somebody clicks on that. So once you get your system up, ready, and modified, you want to apply for Google AdSense. And then that way they will come in, they will look at your system, make sure it's relevant, make sure that you have original content. And so you always, even though you have a template that came with your system, you want to go in and modify it as much as you can to make it your own. Add as many new pages as you can of original content based on new affiliates that you've gotten, or even the old ones that you have. And you know, just add, do it all the time. Always want to be adding new content. And then once that is complete, then you want to, you know, go and apply for Google AdSense. I think I got mine in like 3 weeks of actually finishing my site, which is pretty fast, but I took a whole weekend and that's all I did. I mean, I didn't sleep for a whole weekend. I got everything up and running the way I wanted to do it, so that I could go ahead and get that done. And I've been adding, go ahead. Hold on. And I've been adding to it ever since. As you can see, when I started with my system, I had about 120 some odd pages, up to roughly about 200 pages now. I add at least 2 or 3 pages a week if I can. So you always want to be constantly adding and updating. I have been going back, updating some of my older stuff, changing it out. Even when you're modifying your pages that came with your system, change out those pictures. You know, it comes with standard pictures in there. You have the option to change those pictures, what you want to do. Make it as personal as you can. So yeah, you want to be able to do I create new accounts for no, on your Instagram and Twitter accounts, you don't have to create new accounts for that. The only thing I do is for Facebook, because I do have the account to where it was personal. It did have family pictures and stuff on there. And since you have to invite people into Facebook, I don't want strangers to come in and see, my personal information. Instagram and Twitter is not so strict. You do have the information to, it doesn't have as much detailed information about yourself on Instagram and Twitter as Facebook does. So that's totally up to you. If you want to create that, just make sure that it is a personal site. It's just business related instead of a business site, because they will try to charge you for business content. So just be very careful when you do those. Okay, I'm getting ready to unmute us again and see if we have any more. Let's make sure I got everybody in the chat room. Okay. All right, I'm getting ready to unmute, and then if we don't have any more questions, I think we're going to call it a day. All right, so do we have any more questions? Okay, those that have been on the classroom for the last couple of weeks, if you feel that you are comfortable going out on your own and just getting instruction from your personal instructor, put in the chat room that you're good to go, and I will remove your card out of the classroom so that we can get some more students in. If you feel you need some more instruction, let me know. That's just say, I need more, and I will make sure that your card stays in there. Next week, we will probably be going over the new changes that they do for updating, and we'll be going over Response Magic on how to get your magnets up and running, on how to get your emails set up once you get your pages done. But everybody should have this right here on your system, or at least close to where you are getting ready to get this put on there. Because this is going to generate your clients or your customer base. Is through this little information right here. So we need to make sure that you have that. Let's see. Okay, no problem. So, but this, I'll be here. Let's see, next week. Yeah, I'll still be here next week. My training day kind of falls in between the holidays, which is fine. So I will be here next Saturday from 1 to 3 Central Eastern Standard Time, and same time, same place, as they say, Batman, same bat time, same bat channel. So if there's no more questions, got any more questions? Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody good? I know I have a couple of my students on here. Mr. Jerome, I will get with you probably within the next half hour for us to sit down and go over this a little bit more detail. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good. All right. So
Thank
everybody
you, Sheila.
else, huh?
Thank you.
You're
This is
welcome.
Estelle. This was very valuable.
Oh, you are very welcome, Estelle. I've been up all night trying to figure this out, because I didn't update until yesterday, because I knew they were coming out with another one. And I wanted to make sure all the kinks was out, but I love technology. I love trying to figure stuff out, and this is just right up my alley.
That's great. Lucky for us.
So I will figure out these kinks in here, or figure out workarounds that will make it a lot easier for us to navigate until they do get some of these kinks out of it. So it will, like I said, if I have to stay up all night or all day today to figure it out, I'll get it out. And once I do, look on the Skype chat, because I'll probably create another page. I did put one out this morning that has a great video in there. I think it's like a 10 or 15 minute video on how to work the 5.0. So you can look at that. Just make sure that you look at the precautions, because the person that's doing the webinar has a different setup than we do. So he's allowed more options. And the reason being is because we got our site so cheap. We don't have the top of the line site because I don't think none of us want to pay $500 for a site if we don't have to. So Roy did the best we could. So that's why we don't get a lot of the plugins, is because of the price of the system that we have, but it is very workable. There are a lot of workarounds, and I will post them as soon as I am able to get them up and running. So we'll be able to have a great looking system. The one thing I want to make sure everybody is aware of is that you do change your name. It comes with Online Amazing Offers. That's very generic. If you ever apply for Google AdSense, you will be denied strictly because of your name. It's too generic. So you always want to be thinking about a name that you want to associate with your basic storefront, because this is what you're creating, is your own personal online marketing system. So you want it to reflect not only you and your personality, but what your whole system is going to represent, how you want people to perceive you and your shopping experience that you're going to give them. So be thinking about that. You want it to be unique and based on you and how you want to be represented. As soon as you get that down, let your instructor know so they can walk you through on how to get that changed. It's fairly simple. So if we don't have any more questions, I think we're going to call this a day and class will be dismissed. Any questions? All right, hold on. I got a bunch of stuff in chat. Let's see. If you are not on the RRR PBS training chat, get with your instructor to get you access. And as soon as that recording, I get the class up, get the recording out. I'm going to try to figure out how to, for some reason, I think it might just be too long because I recorded the whole thing. And that might be why it's not giving me the option to post it. So I might have to go in and try to figure out how to just do sections of it. So let me